Alright, yo, what's going on everybody? It is Spitty back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be showcasing you all the mod on Minecraft Bedrock, SERP Pokemon, and this is pretty much our best equivalent to Pixelmon in Minecraft for Bedrock. It is a very common question that I still get: how do I get Pixelmon in Bedrock? And I believe this mod, I used it on Xbox, computer, it works great, and it is the best current thing we have for Pixelmon on Bedrock. Shout out to Zach, the creator, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know everything about this mod. It is an absolute nuke. Like, there's actually so much stuff inside of this mod, and I'll have a link to a wiki page down below where you can basically look through everything, do Command F, look for what you're looking for. Look there first, honestly, before you ask me, because I probably won't know the answer to your questions. But I'll also have the link to the creator's Discord down below, as well as my own Discord. You can try to ask me there, and I'll try to look through the wiki for you, pretty much. But yeah, this is SERP Pokemon. I couldn't find a great English, like, showcase video, so I thought, why not make it myself? To all my friends, the creator speaks Spanish, so to all my Americans out there where we don't learn second languages because we don't have to, here's your walkthrough video. Here's how the mod works. Let's get right into it. Timestamps down below if you want to skip to anything. Make sure to do that in the description. But here's the first thing we're going to start with. So first we have installing and creating worlds. So down linked in the description I have a link to this MC Pedal page right here, SERP Pokemon, first generation Pokemon right here. And basically once you get to this page, what you want to do is scroll down to the bottom where you see downloads, and you actually have to install all of these behavior and resource packs, and the Anime Cries is a resource pack right there. But you should have 5 packs right here after you install these. I'm assuming you kind of know how to install these. You click on them, you download them, and then you just press on them and they go into your folders. Or if you're on Xbox, you have to move them in there. I can help you out my Discord with this one for sure. But also linked down below, I have the SERP Pokemon, a second generation Pokemon download. So there's 2 different download pages. This one's also MC Pedal. Same thing as the first one. You go to the bottom, and since you've already downloaded the first one, with this one you only need the bottom behavior and resource pack for the second generation Pokemon right here. So if you're at the second gen page, just do the bottom 2 downloads and get those installed onto your device. And then finally, I have another web page linked down below where you want to go ahead and find where it says download generations machines. And this is actually a resource pack. And you want to put this resource pack in your resource pack folder. And once you have all those things downloaded, you can now go into your Minecraft. Again, it's kind of hard to explain. But once we have all these things, we are now ready to go ahead and create our Pokemon world. So just as any other normal day, you go to play, you go to create new world, go to create new world again. And on the left side of your screen, you can go ahead and give the world a name if you want. But on the left side of your screen, you want to go down to the where it says behavior packs right here, and once you go to your available behavior packs, you should see SERP Pokemon 1, 2, like 3 right here, and there is actually a certain way that you have to activate them. So once you have them activated, you want to go ahead and reorder them like this. So the base is at the bottom, and then it goes 1, 2, 2 being at the top. Make sure you reorder your behavior packs so they look like this when they're activated. But then you can also go ahead and go to your resource packs, go to your available resource packs, and in here you will see a lot of resource packs. And now, don't worry if you're missing too many, all you need is just the base resource packs pretty much. But once you have all those activated, go to your left right here, and just like we did with the behavior packs, you want to basically reorder your resource packs to go in this order with the base R at the bottom, then the 1 and the 2 above it, and then just like this, put the Anime Cries above that one, and the machine generations above that, and then finally the SERP Pokedex texture right here just basically gives you like an old Pokemon feel to your map. I actually didn't even use that texture pack in this video, but if you want that, go ahead and use that texture pack also, but it's not needed. Once we have all of our packs ordered correctly, then what you want to do is go back to the left side of your screen right here towards the bottom, and once you get to the bottom, you will see where it says experiments right here, and we actually just want to go ahead and check on all of these add-on experiments down here. Make sure they're all on. I even turn on the spectator one, it doesn't really matter, but go ahead and turn those all on. And another note, make sure you just turn on cheats. Sometimes it's a mod, it can glitch out and you might have to give yourself something, so go ahead and turn on cheats when you make this world. Select that, and then you're finally ready to start up your Pixelmon world Pokemon, SERP Pokemon. Let's begin the world. Go ahead and create it. You'll spawn into your world with just this little A button right here, and what you want to do is go ahead and right click with it, and once you right click with it, it will give you this dialogue in your chat on the top left right here. It says basically, welcome to the world of Pokemon. It says, is this your name? Shout out to the creator again, and it just gets you through this little bit of dialogue here, and it says Pokemon are pets, for some they fight, and then it says, yeah, let's continue through all this dialogue, keep going, and eventually it lets you pick either the first or second generation of Pokemon. You right click to select it, and you can pick whichever starter you want. So go ahead, you select it, you right click it, and after you right click on which Pokemon you want, it will give you this starter kit right here consisting of your Pokemon, 32 Pokeballs, this Versus Seeker which you use to actually fight other Pokemon, the Pokedex, and 32 Pokecoins or Pokedollars. So just a nice little kit to start you on your adventure in SERP Pokemon. So now that we are in our world, the first thing we're going to go over is the battle mechanics, and believe it or not, this is actually kind of a struggle for some people, just sending out their Pokemon. It can be a little bit confusing, but basically very simple. How you send out your Pokemon is you take it in your inventory, and you move it up to the very top left right here, into this top left slot. And once you do that, you want to go to your red Pokedex right here, and then you want to go up to the top where it says Pokemon, and then you press on Pokemon. And once you say that, it will give you one of the 6 slots in your top inventory. And because we have it in slot 1, we go ahead and we press on slot 1, and there we go. It will now throw out your Pokemon, and it will now be next to you. And just like a wolf in the game, you can actually right-click it to have it sit down and not follow you. Or if you want your Pokemon to follow you, you can go back and make it stand up by right-clicking it again, and it will then follow you throughout the world, and you can now start your adventure. To start a battle with wild Pokemon, you want to take the Versus Seeker that you had when you spawned in right here, this thing, and you want to go ahead and find the wild Pokemon. Now, if you approach wild Pokemon with your Versus Seeker or your Pokedex out, they will not attack you. But if you have like your bare hand out and you approach wild Pokemon, they will attack you, and they can be kind of aggressive and do a lot of damage. So if you're wondering why the Pokemon keep attacking you, pull out your Pokedex or your Versus Seeker and they will keep you safe. But to have your Pokemon battle, you want to approach a wild Pokemon with the Versus Seeker, and you want to right-click it right there. I right-clicked on that wild Pokemon with the Versus Seeker, and then you want to punch. Just punch it like you're punching a tree. Your Pokemon right next to you right here, and then you'll get this prompt right here, and you can actually pick which skill you want your Pokemon to use, and once you press it, it will attack. But my favorite skill right here, I just like to go to where it says attack mobs right here, and once you press on attack mobs, they just go crazy, start fighting each other. I think it's the most entertaining. And who's gonna win the battle? Weeping Bell versus Squirtle. My starter is now dead pretty much. So once your Pokemon dies, what do you do in battle? Well, let's get right into it. So when your Pokemon gets low on health, it'll just start shaking, and you'll notice you can't do anything to it. You punch it, you try your hardest. What you have to do is crouch down and then press on it like this. And you crouch down, I think I right-clicked on it, maybe I punched it, and it will go into your inventory now as a fainted Pokemon. And once the Pokemon is fainted, we actually need to find a way to revive it, which we'll get into right here. And you can actually pick up your Pokemon at any time. It doesn't have to be hurt. Anytime you crouch and press on your Pokemon, it'll pick it up and put it back into your inventory. But now let's get into how to heal our injured Pokemon. Gotta show the overlay real quick. Here we are, healing Pokemon in the timestamps. Welcome everyone. But what you want to do once your Pokemon has fainted, or if it's low on health, there are a few options. The first thing we have right here is the Reviver. I don't know how to say it, but basically what this thing is, you can get these from Pokestops. It's like a Revivor right here, and you can just walk up to your Pokemon and press it, right click it, and it will actually heal up your Pokemon. So if it's fainted and you approach it with this thing and you press on it, it will no longer be fainted. So that's one option to save it. I wouldn't say that's the most popular method though. Also, if you have 4 of these Revivor things, you can actually turn them into a totem of Undying in the crafting table, so just the more you know there. Another option to healing your fainted Pokemon is around the map you will find a lot of these Poke Centers, and once you find a Poke Center, approach it with your fainted Pokemon and just go straight ahead, and you want to press this button, and once you see that, you will see this revive station right here, and you just go ahead and press on it, and it will in fact revive all of your fainted Pokemon that you have in your inventory pretty much. Just gotta click on it, and they will all be back to full health, sitting right there in my hotbar right there. Perfect. If you don't want to make the trip to a Poke Center every time, you can actually create your own healing beds right here. Here's the crafting recipe. That is a coal block on the top. So if you want to heal Pokemon at your own place, go ahead and build one of these, and it will work the same. Now we're going to get into how to evolve your Pokemon. So basically the way that the Pokemon evolution system works here is it is based pretty much entirely off of your XP bar. So the way that you evolve a Pokemon is you want to go ahead and throw out your Pokemon using the method that we used earlier. Go ahead into your Pokedex, go to your Pokemon, and just select whichever slot your Pokemon is in. But once it's out, it actually takes 35 levels to evolve a Pokemon twice. The first time you evolve it, it'll take 15 levels, and the second time it'll take 20 levels. But once you have your Pokemon out, you want to take your Versus Seeker and punch it, and once you punch your Pokemon, in the bottom right, you'll see the Evolve button, and if it's the first time evolving, it'll cost 15 levels, and if you have 15 levels of XP, you press that button, it'll give you this really cool animation, and your Pokemon will evolve. Very cool. If you want to evolve your Pokemon, again, it takes the exact same process. Take out your Seeker, go ahead and punch your Pokemon. You have to have 20 levels of XP to do this. Go ahead and press Evolve, and it will then evolve your Pokemon yet again, and we now have a Charizard here. Very, very cool, but that is how the evolution system works with this add-on. Next, we have the very simple process, catching Pokemon and getting them entered into your Pokedex. So, As you would expect in this add-on, you use Pokeballs to basically catch the Pokemon. You get a Pokeball, you right-click it, it'll throw it out, and then it'll basically show you this animation right here, and it'll either work like this, you'll see stars come out of it, you want to walk up to it and right-click it just like that, it'll give you your Pokemon, or there's some times where it actually won't work. There are a whole bunch of different ways to get Pokeballs, but you can actually craft them yourself right here. These are the recipes. Those are Apricorns in the bottom. I'll show you how to get those in a minute here. Those are actually like a new type of plant in the game that I'll explain later on in the video. But yeah, this is pretty much, you have to put a button in the middle, you have to make the top and the bottom, and that is how you craft a Pokeball. And then just for example, this is what the animation looks like if you don't catch the Pokemon. So the Snorlax escapes, and it's a sad day. Too bad. But now, how do you get a Pokemon entered into your Pokedex? So very simple, you have to catch them. So basically the way the Pokedex works is all the Pokemon that you have collected, you can actually go ahead and look at the stat. You guys know how it works, it's the Pokedex. But anyways, yeah, I go in here and I want to check out, I want to figure out like information on the Squirtle. In order to do that, I actually have to catch a Squirtle. So I go ahead, I catch a Squirtle this time, I summon it, and once you summon in your Pokemon, you pick it up, and once you pick it up, it will register it into your Pokedex, and now you can go ahead and check out the information on it. So I caught it, I picked it up, and now I can go ahead and look at the Squirtle, which I now have entered in here, and you only need one version of the evolution process, and it will give you all of the information. So I can go ahead and check out the information on Blastoise too, and it will also work because I caught the Squirtle. So there you go, that is how that works. That's how you get stuff entered into there. Pretty simple, you just catch it. Alright, now we've got Apricorns and berry trees. Very interesting here. You need these to craft Pokeballs, potions, and just a whole bunch of stuff. Very interesting here. They work as plants, basically. So around the map, you will find these berry trees that look like this. And when they grow, they'll look exactly like this. And basically, once you break the leaves on them and stuff, they'll give you all kinds of different fruits and stuff that you can use. I would suggest checking out the wiki to see what you can do with all this stuff, because it's just like an entirely different thing. It's a lot to explain. Check out the wiki. But yeah, it looks like this. The trunk of the tree will actually be oak logs. And once you get to the top of the tree, these very bright green leaves will actually give you the seeds so you can plant more berry trees. So the seeds to the berry trees are at the top. So you break these, and they will give you, so you can continue. All you need is one tree. They're kind of hard to find naturally generated. They will be around the world. I've had issues finding them before. Maybe give yourself one in creative. But there you go. You'll then see the seeds right there, and that is how you get the berry trees. Next up, we have the Apricorns, and again, these are used to basically craft your Pokeballs, and they work like pretty much every other crop in this game. You can grow them on farmed land right here. They'll grow over time, and you want to make sure that you break them when they are totally completed, when they look like this. This is their complete mature stage, and once you break them, basically just like carrots and stuff, anything, it'll work the same. You can replant them, and then you use these to craft your Pokeballs. Very, very cool, and that is actually mulch that I was using to make them grow fast like bone meal. You can get that at Pokeshops and stuff. We'll explain later. Another way you can get Apricorns or berry trees is find a nitwit villager, and their trades will actually consist of these. So yeah, there you go. You'll see it all right here, and that is the nitwit villager trades now. So if you can't find them, go ahead, and you can always find a village and use the nitwit. But that is the berries and the Apricorns. Now I'm going to show you how to battle Team Rocket, as there are actual NPCs around the map that you can battle with your Pokemon. So what you want to do is around the map, you will find the Team Rocket members, and you want to approach them with your Versus Seeker out. Right click on them, and they will say, are you ready to fight? What have you done? And you're ready to go face to face against the ops right here. And they'll throw out their Pokemon, and then you go ahead and fight it with your Pokemon. And they actually do have a lot of Pokemon. It's quite a few, like 6 or whatever. You gotta fight through all of them. And once you fight through all of the Team Rocket's Pokemon, you get to the end right here, you kill the last one. And once they have gone down in defeat right here, they'll then say, come over here to collect your reward. You go over to the Rocket member, and I think you right click on them, or you punch them, or whatever. Just go over here, right click, stand by them, and they will give you your reward. And one of the things right here that's very important is this battle badge right here, and you want to make sure you collect these battle badges, as these can be used to summon in the legendary Pokemon, which we'll get into in like a minute here. But good job fighting Team Rocket. Now let's get into legendary Pokemon. Alright, so to summon in the legendary Pokemon, you got a little bit of a quest to do here. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and fight a lot of Team Rocket people, and you actually have to get up 45 battle badges. And once you get 45 battle badges, you want to go back to that Nitwit villager that we talked about earlier with all these trades, and you'll see he has legendary evidence from a first generation down here in his trades. And once you have those 45 battle badges, you can go ahead and get this legendary evidence from him. And once you have this legendary evidence from the villager, right click on it, and it will then give you a piece of evidence right here. Right here I got this flower, and that is perfect. Once you have got your evidence, you want to go to a Poke Center right here, and once you get to the Poke Center, you want to go to the back left right here, and you want to press on this button right here to give you the Roto machine, whatever it's called. You want to punch it a few times so it faces you, and then it'll turn on like this. I think you have to crouch and right click to interact with it, and you want to switch through the characters until you get to this guy right here. Now once you get to this guy, you want to pull out your evidence right here, right click, and he will then give you another thing right here. Right here I got the Articuno offering, and that's what you want to do. So you right clicked on him and he gives you an offering. Now that we have an offering, we have to find a Hoopa ring around the map. So this is what they look like, and I want to be honest, I've never seen one of these spawn. Supposedly they naturally spawn in, but I've never seen one. So if you've made it this far and you can't find a Hoopa ring and you give up, you can use a command to spawn one in. So to spawn in a Hoopa ring, go to your commands, do slash, and then you just want to go to /summon space SERP colon right here, Hoopa underscore ring, exactly as I have it put right there, entered into my search bar. And then you want to go ahead and press enter on that. A little bit of cheating, but kind of, I don't think they spawn in very often. So go ahead and you'll then see the Hoopa ring spawn in just like this. And basically what you have to do is punch it, chase it, it'll try to run away from you, and you'll eventually catch it, just keep punching at it. And once you catch it and punch at it, it will actually spawn in that legendary Pokemon. So there's the Articuno right there that I just spawned in. And then, yeah, I think I tried to catch the Pokemon, but apparently Pokeballs don't work on catching the legendaries. I guess I don't know really what to do with these legendaries, to be honest, because I can't catch them. So I was like, well, I'll battle it, and I killed it. And after I killed the legendary, I got like 5 experience off of it. So I don't really know what the hype is around the legendaries. It didn't work for me. Maybe inform me in the comments, but that was my experience with the legendaries. That's at least how you spawn them. Next up, we're gonna go over Pokemon centers, which are the big buildings that you find basically located all over the map. Like they're everywhere. But inside of these Poke centers, you have a few NPCs that you can interact with. The first person over here on the right is actually like the shop. They'll sell merch, they'll sell Pokeballs, everything. It rotates every 30 seconds. This person in the middle right here we talked about is the healing person. Take your fainted Pokemon here to heal. This person back here actually shows you lost items. So if you're missing your Versus Seeker or a Pokedex or a Rider Pager, you can basically get anything. Like unlimited Pokedexes over here if you don't want to craft one. If you've died and lost it, you're like, what do I do now? You can come to this person and get free ones if you need a Seeker or a Pokedex, just like that with that person. And then again, this person over here is for the shop. They'll sell all kinds of stuff, and their shop items rotate every 30 seconds. Another shop item we have right here is the Rotomarket, I believe it's called. And once you right click on this, here's the crafting recipe to make it. Fairly cheap, fairly simple to make, and it is basically just a big shop that sells you absolutely everything. And you can like crouch and right click on it to pick on what you want. So if you want Pokeballs, merch, potions right here, so here's coins for potions. I right click on it, it now gives me Pokeballs, and that's basically how you change what it's giving you. You right click again, and now it gives you candies and plushies and all kinds of stuff. So if you actually go ahead and right click on it again, here's the merch shop. If you want to get some of that Ash Ketchum drip, there's all that. And then right here, you go ahead and in here, you can actually exchange your items for Pokecoins or Pokedollars instead of actually buying stuff with Pokedollars. So it's the opposite way, but that is how the Rotomarket works. A good way to get XP so you can evolve your Pokemon is through getting these candies right here from all these shops in here. If you get these candies, one use will actually boost you 1 XP level, so it's kind of overpowered. And you can actually get a bowl of candies. You put a bowl in the middle, you surround it with candies, and you take this bowl, and it will actually give you 10 XP levels. You'll be tripping quite a bit here, but once it's over, you'll have 10 more XP levels, so that's pretty cool. Another item that we have right here that you can get stuff from is the slot machine. If you want to craft a slot machine, here is the recipe. And I mean, not probably the best item in the game right here. You basically feed it a Pokedollar, and it's completely gambling. It can give you goods, even like netherite. I've even gotten diamonds from this before. As you can see right here, I actually get diamonds from it, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, it can give you a lot of good stuff, but that is the slot machine. There's also a computer you can craft. The computer's crafted like this, and if you craft it, it's basically just a chest that only you can see what's inside of it when you open it. So that's what the PC is. Next up, we have how to ride Pokemon. Now this can be kind of fun to use here. In order to ride a Pokemon though, what you need to find is a ride pager like this. Now to do this, you actually, I think, need to go to Pokestops, and once you find a Pokestop, you got to find this orange thing right here from a Pokestop called a ride pass. You can also go into creative and give yourself one if you want to. But once you have a ride pass, you go into the Poke Center, you go to the person on the right and just right click on it, and she will give you a ride pager just like this. Once you have acquired that, the way you ride your Pokemon is you pull your Pokedex out, you go ahead, you go to ride pager right here, you just press on it. As long as the pager is in your inventory, this button will work, and it will then put like a saddle on your Charizard or whatever Pokemon you have right here, and you can now fly around the map, run around the map. Very cool. You can ride your Pokemon, and that's very neat. It works like a horse or any other rideable animal. If you shift, you'll fall off, so don't do that in survival. And also, if you use the ride pager button again in your Pokedex, it will take off the saddle or whatever, so you'll no longer be able to ride them. But a very fun feature right there. That's how to ride Pokemon. Next up, we have riding a bike. bike, and this is basically the exact same thing as we did for riding a Pokemon. You have to go to a Pokestop, and you'll find this green pass right here, this bike pass, whatever it's called. I think it's called a bike pass. You go up to this woman right here on the right side of a Poke Center, you right-click on it, and she will then give you a bike in your inventory. Again, if you're having a hard time finding bike passes out of Pokestops, just go into Creative and give yourself one. But anyways, you now have a bike right here, and if you have little Pokemon, the little Pokemon will actually hop on the bike with you, and you can now bike around the world, and it's very cool, and just a great add-on right here to truly embrace yourself in the Pokemon world. Very nice. The next thing I want to cover is Pokestops. So around your world, you will find Pokestops. They're kind of hard to find, but they will just randomly spawn out of the air. I think you have to be in survival for these to spawn. You walk up and you right-click on them, and once you do that, a bunch of bubbles will fly out, and you want to punch as many bubbles as you can to get as many rewards as you can. And once the Pokestop has been used, it has a 5-minute cooldown, so it'll cool down for 5 minutes, and if you want to come back, it should work again. I think you can get 3 uses out of it. It might also just despawn. They're kind of glitchy a little bit, but there you go. You want to go ahead, punch the bubbles, and you'll get what you get. Hopefully you get those bike passes and stuff, but that is how the Pokestops work. Punch the bubbles and hope for the best. Next up, we have the Poke Ores. Now, I don't think these actually work in the game. I don't think these exactly spawn. They're supposed to spawn in caves after you've been down there for a while, but I can literally never find them. But they drop like these little shards of stuff, and these basically help you with, like, you can evolve Pikachu with these into Raichu just by using this shard instead of XP. So kind of weird how these things work. I actually don't really think they work, but at least you can use experience to evolve your Pokemon, so you don't really need these. But if you need them, be sure to check out the wiki page. They'll let you know everything about it. Alright, but that has brought us to the end of the video, everyone. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully the timestamps and stuff helped you. If you have any other mods you suggest, let me know. And as always, have a great rest of your day, everyone. It's been Smitty, and until the next one, peace out.